Hi, I'm Neil from Board Game Happy, and thank you very much for joining me today for this really quick review of Herrlof, a two-player trick-taking game with special card powers, plays in about 30 minutes and has a great secret predictions mechanism included. So I'll briefly show you how the game plays and then we'll come back up and I'll tell you my final thoughts. Okay, cheers!
Okay, so these are the components for Herrlof, a two-player trick-taking game with a three-player variant if you're interested. So what we have here is we obviously have the box, we have the prediction sheet. This is where each round players will write down their secret predictions. We have first player marker, a lovely player aid, and the deck of cards. So in this deck of cards, we have 4 basic suits with special powers on the 1, 3, 6, and 9. We also have 2 non-suited types of cards, which I will explain in a minute. So what a basic trick taking does is if, for example, I played this as my first go, the other player must follow this suit color. This is a purple. They must follow this suit color. If they play a higher number, they win the trick. If they play a lower number, I win the trick. If they can't follow the suit color, they can play the trump suit. The trump suit is decided randomly at the beginning of the game. And if they play that trump suit, they win the trick. They get to start the next trick. That is basic trick-taking game. So let me show you how this game works. Okay, so as I previously said, there are 2 special cards in this game. This card here will destroy the current trick. This card here will become the lowest number and you will lose the trick. Then we have numbers 1, 3, 6 and 9. All have special abilities which are really nicely explained on this card overview. So if you win a trick with the number 1, you may steal a trick from your opponent. Obviously, they have to have already won a trick. That can be really swingy, really great power if you can do that. If you play a number 3, you don't have to win with it. You just have to play a number 3. You can take a card from the top of the deck and replace one of your cards with that card if you wish to do so. If you win a trick with the number 6, you may steal 1 card from your opponent's hand and then you have to give them another card back in return. You can give them the same one. And if you win with a number 9, you win the trick, obviously, but then the other player starts the next trick. So that's how all of the special powers work. The way the game plays is these cards will be shuffled, 15 will be dealt to each player. Then a player will look at their hand and make a secret prediction as to how many points they think or how many tricks they think they're going to win. At the end of the 15 tricks, you will then show your predictions and then you will score. You will always score 1 point per trick. You'll get a bonus 10 points if you get the correct prediction for the trick. And you get a bonus 5 points if you only win 3 or 4 tricks, regardless of your prediction. Now, you can predict that you're going to win 4. You would get 4 points for that. 10 points for the extra bonus for getting your correct prediction, plus a bonus 5 points, making it 19. This lures me in and I constantly try and go for it, even when I can easily win more than the 4 tricks. I really need to stop doing that. So let me show you quickly how the trick taking works. Okay, for the purpose of the video, I've left the cards on display. You would obviously not do that. You would keep them secret in your hand. A top card is turned over from the deck, and that colour is the trump this round. The player opposite the player who dealt the cards would go first. And let's say, for example, they've gone, well, I'm pretty confident I'm going to win with that 6. So they play that. That's their first card. Now, I can beat that with a 7, 8 or 9. If I beat it with the 9, the special power for that one is the other player will go first on the next trick. But I want that to happen. So I will do that. I will keep this to one side to indicate I've won 1 trick. The other player will now go. And they're going to play a 7 orange. I cannot beat that one, so I have to follow suit if I can, so I can play that one. Alternatively, I could play that one, but I'm going to play this one, for example. So they go there. So we will keep on doing this until all of the cards are gone. Remembering this destroys the trick. This will become the lowest number of the trick. And then not forgetting all of the other cards, special powers, which, as I said previously, everyone will have a card overview, a player aid, and it really, really helps. You will keep on going until everyone has played all of their cards, all 15 tricks are done. Remember to keep the destroyed tricks to one side, keep your own tricks in front of you, and that's basically how you play.
I hope that brief playthrough helped you to learn some of the basic rules of the game. The rules aren't that complicated, especially if you already know trick-taking games. You can get up and running really quickly. What really helps is the player aids. The player aids basically, hopefully you can see that, they give you a brief description of what all of the special cards do. So each player gets one of them and it gets you up and running really, really quickly. If you don't know trick-taking games, it will only take you a few minutes to learn them. But if you do, with this, you're going to be up and running really, really quickly. So I really like this game. It's a really fun two-player trick-taking game. I really like trick-taking games anyway, but this one works so well. With that secret prediction, there's always that push your luck. Shall I go really low for the only 4? And remember, you're playing 15 tricks, so getting 4 is really hard, but if you get that successfully, you will get 19 points, so it's really worth going for that one. Or you can go big, go 10, and hope that you get to 10, and if you do, you get the 10 points for the tricks and the 10 points for the correct prediction, so that's really worth going for. Like I've previously mentioned, the rule book's really good, the player aids are really good, so as a package, for the price you pay, I think it's about £10 or £11, it's really good. If you like trick-taking games, I would definitely go for this game. The only one negative I can say is the red and orange colours. Sometimes when you're looking in your hand of 15 cards, the colour could have done with being a bit more distinctive. But you do get used to it, so after a few plays you'll be absolutely fine. So anyway, that's a really brief review of Herrlof. I really, really like it. I recommend it to people, especially if you're a trick taker. If you've not played trick taking games before, this isn't a bad one to start with. It might take a couple of minutes to get used to it, but you'll be up and running pretty quickly. So I hope that helps. Once again, thank you very much for watching my video. I'm Neil from Board Game Happy. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Board Game Happy. I'm often on Board Game Arena, so if you want to come find me there, it's Neil BG Happy. So once again, thank you very much for watching. If you wouldn't mind giving me a like and a subscribe if you enjoy what you've seen here. Any other requests for reviews or how to plays, please just send them over. I'd love to do it. Anyway, many thanks. Cheers.